That's what I did for this effect.
And maybe we could talk a little bit more about tremolo.
Okay. Well, tremolo is mostly, you have two kinds. One is called measured tremolo, and the other is unmeasured. So the unmeasured one is where you just move your hand quickly, and you don't count how many down, up, how many separate bows you're using. And it's notated by putting 3 lines across the stem of the note. The stem is the line that goes down or up. If you put 3 lines crossing it, just like sometimes people write a 7 and they put a line through it, it's like that. You put 3 lines. So that's tremolo. And this is slow down. Go faster. But you keep your bow on the string. You don't let it bounce off. And you relax your fingers. See, spider crawl was useful for this because if you don't, you use your whole arm. You can. That's another way. But many times people will get tired if they only use their arm. So they like to use their hand and their wrist a little bit with this. And some use the fingers mostly. There's different styles of doing it. So I like to use a combination. The fingers, wrist, and a little bit of the arm. And of course you can have tremolo that's real loud, or you can have tremolo that's a little softer. So the loud one will be, I use my arm more. The soft one, I use more of my hand and wrist for that one.
And when you said that the notation is the stem with 3 lines through it, can there be like tremolo like on a half note?
Yeah.
Like have a half note with a stem going down and then have the 3 lines through it? And then you would just carry the tremolo for 2 beats, I guess,
Right.
if it was in 4/4.
Right. The length of the note is what you use to count, and the lines indicate the tremolo.
And then how do you determine how fast to do the tremolo?
Okay, well, we like to do it fast so it really sounds like it's shimmering, and that's how you know. You just try to go really fast. But when we talk about a measured tremolo, that indicates how fast to do the tremolo. Unmeasured, you can do any amount, but not too slow, or it just won't sound like a tremolo. But measured is where you have to play a certain number of notes to fit in exactly. Like, let's say you have this note, we're going to play this. You have to play that many notes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, or maybe 16. You need to fit that into the note value specifically. You can't have, let's say I played 16. You can't play 17, you can't play 18, you can't play 15. It has to be exactly 16, and that's measured tremolo. And oftentimes you'll have that. It doesn't always sound like a tremolo because it can be slower. Oftentimes it's a little slower. Not always, like in Beethoven, you might have real fast ones that are measured, and that's a challenge to get the right number in there when it's real fast. But when it's slower and measured, it's almost like playing 16th notes if it's a slow piece, or 32nd notes, which are faster. That's the difference between measured and unmeasured.
Can we talk?